did Subaru not do this off the line?
Yeah. Nice.
What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, our friend Connor is back with us. We're playing with his 2019 Subaru WRX STI. Now, for those of you who remember a video a little while ago, he bought this thing bone stock, and now he's got a goodie on it that we're gonna test drive and see why you should really do this on your STI. Of course, using the Cobb Accessport, which is a basic tune and a cold air intake. So this car, like I said, was stock, just had the axle back to make some good noises. But now with the stage 1 tune and that air intake, this car is apparently now exactly where it should be and is a heck of a lot better than stock. So let's hop into the STI, get all of our thoughts on this nice tune on the STI. Alright guys, so we are now setting off in the STI. So, Connor, as we are in intelligent mode, that was pretty quick getting up to speed. What is the biggest thing, like, what'd you find with all the tuning and everything? Tell me about it.
Oh, there's a lot to talk about. That was the biggest thing I found, unable to find, I guess I should say, whenever I was trying to find information on the differences with the tune. Looking through forums and YouTube myself, all there was installation videos after installation videos, and then nobody would bother to say, hey, this is what actually happens when you get the tune. Biggest thing to start out with is, the one thing I could find that people would say is this is how it should come from the factory. Okay. And I 100% agree with that, which I guess you'll determine whenever you can get a couple pulls in. But number one, the biggest issue was you got a big jolt of power around 3,000, 4,000 RPMs, even if at half throttle. Yeah. And then it just kind of gave off.
I noticed that STIs, like, they felt quick around town, but they never felt fast. No. Because they didn't have top end.
I think that was just Subaru's way of like, well, we'll compensate. We'll give you a little jolt right quick, and then it'll just kind of struggle through to the red line. Gone. So we got a nice smooth power band as soon as boost kicks in, no later, about the same time, and then just carries all the way to red line. Very nice. Same boost as stock, maybe half to 1 PSI higher depending. So you're not really working the turbo any harder or anything like that.
Now with the drive modes, I'm in intelligent mode. I know last time, as soon as you go into sport sharp, it instantly like kicks you because the throttle response is instantly there.
Yes.
Now with the 3 different modes, you have intelligent, sport, and then sport sharp. What does that do? Because I guess we have some fun roads, we'll rip it a little bit. So what are we gonna find?
Factory map, that's purely throttle mapping, that's it. So it's basically the throttle response and doesn't really change anything else. Like, I noticed sometimes you'd be capped out on boost on intelligent mode, but it was iffy. With this map, this is purely boost select. Okay. So I believe you have 10, 14, and 18 pounds of PSI switching through, but the throttle remains the same. Okay, so throttle response is way sharper no matter what, and then basically these 3 modes are a low, medium, and high boost map. Yes.
Okay.
But I don't know if I'd use the word sharper, because it doesn't just kick in and give you everything at half throttle. Throttle has become linear.
So now it's more like the throttle pedal is now, you actually have to use it to do what you want to do.
That's exactly it.
Alright, so can we rip it a little bit?
Yeah, go for it.
Wow, above 5. We're carrying. That is actually impressive, wow.
Different, huh?
Because before it's like it hits you and then
just kind of, you almost feel it like struggle through. Almost like it just didn't want to commit to it the whole way.
I love the sound.
Yeah, the intake doesn't really do much for the performance from what I've seen.
Yeah.
It's just more drama like the exhaust, but it's a nice touch. It's not.
It's a perfect sound. I mean, the rumble is amazing, and a little bit of blow off and induction noise. It's awesome. It carries its weight. It just keeps going.
Yeah, it's a huge difference.
So I got a question. What RPM range were you used to playing with? Like, did it change now that you have more power, kind of like top end?
I would try to start easing, or kind of just pushing yourself through right around where he's at, about 2,800 RPMs, and just enjoy that up to about 38, and then it would just kind of be normal all the way through the rest of the power band. Now I can hit it anywhere, and it'll just at least give you something all the way through the top.
You were close to 6.
I went up, about 6,000. Red line's about 65, a little bit more than that.
Yeah, that's where I usually carry to, just about 6. That's where I've got.
So that could really open up your mountain driving.
Oh yes.
So did you find yourself short shifting more with the stock setup?
100%, especially when we went on that mountain drive. I felt like I was very limited by trying to select what gear to be in a lot of times too.
Yeah. And that's one thing interesting, because we talk about that a lot when we do reviews on cars. Yeah. Certain cars, it's like you gotta short shift it because there's just nothing left to play with. This now feels like you can play with the whole engine, all the gears, and actually use it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Because that was 4,000 to 6,000 using second gear, using third.
Yep.
And it wasn't like instant torque, flat on the face, shift, instant torque, and then same thing.
And are you putting it all the way down?
Actually, not quite.
You will love this in the mountains.
All right,
Do a second gear just all the way to the floor.
All right, so from 4. Wow.
Yep, there you go.
That is night and day. Holy crap.
Yeah.
And this is a cost-effective mod. It's not breaking the bank.
Not at all. Especially if you can find, used parts like I did on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's very easy. The intake is very simple to install, and Cobb makes very user-friendly products.
I've been using the Cobb on my GTR for 3 or 4 years, and it is so easy. And you can configure it, change it, and when you do work with a Pro Tuner, when you do even crazier things, you can easily load new tunes.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Just getting used to that clutch a little bit. Wow. It kind of feels like my car, because my car can rev out that high.
Yeah.
But to me, it feels normal.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it was before, because obviously you would.
Well,
that's kind of what you were saying, how
Yeah.
stock owners are like, why isn't this stock, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So that's kind of
because
normal.
it
To
just
me, it
felt like
feels normal.
it was a waste before. And they think that Subaru's thought was, let me just give you the whole shebang in one little spot. And then
Yeah.
That's it.
We'll come around these turns here a little bit. I mean, it feels solid to me.
So linear.
I like it.
And it's crazy
Yeah.
because my downfall with 4-cylinders, I've become less of a fan of them because of the issues that you were having stock, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How it's like, you just want more out of it.
Yeah.
But
So-
this actually feels solid now.
So we're right around 3,000 right now. If I were to accelerate before you did the tune, it would just kind of
It would just give you,
peak out.
even if you did half throttle, it would just give you everything and then just kind of lurch its way up to 6,000. Like it just wasn't want to commit to giving you any kind of boost.
All right, so we can really do it now. Yeah, that's solid. I don't know what else to say about it. To me, it feels like a normal car. Like if I hopped in this, I'd like the power. I like how it feels. I like how it sounds.
Well, from the person who's been driving it and got both, the biggest takeaways are you have a lot more usable power now, a lot more linear power, a lot more predictable power.
Right.
Not a lot more power, so just think this is just getting yourself set up for how the car should have been.
Right,
yeah, you get a little bit more in your seat because it does give it a little more torque. It's not going to bend worlds all of a sudden, but it makes the car feel faster from the sense that you have now an entire half of an RPM red band of usable torque.
Right.
Other takeaways, I've had to kind of relearn how to start and change gears. Obviously the clutch is the same, but throttle mapping changes in the sense that coming from a stop, it doesn't really give you much, or I guess I should say you can give it a little more gas from a go.
I felt like in the stock form, like in all my days driving the stock ones, it's like that. Yeah, half throttle was all you ever needed to do.
Oh yeah, I never even
full throttle didn't do anything different, which was weird to me.
No,
because when I first drove one of these before ever driving one, I remember around town thinking this thing is so fast because I'm half throttling it going so quick, and then I get it out on an open road, I'm like, it's no different. What the heck happened? This, it solves that issue.
What makes it feel artificial?
It feels so much better now.
You good?
I should have held on.
So when we're out in the mountains and you're coming around a turn and 4,000 RPM,
the power's there now.
Yeah.
You're going to have a lot of fun just being able to ring out the gears.
Absolutely, because it just wasn't there. I would always have to find myself in the right spot instead of just being like, well, as long as I'm in the upper power band.
Yeah.
And I feel like even if it's the same boost, the fact that same boost is going to now hold the red line.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's still,
I would watch it taper off.
Yeah.
As soon as it hit about 4,500 RPMs, it would just start falling off.
So it still feels like a faster car than stock since you now get all that boost all the way up instead of just hitting you and then it's like, where'd all the power go?
Absolutely. Last parting note that is usually a big complaint about these Subarus is the rev hang. Much worse in the WRXs than the STIs, but it's still something I definitely noticed was present after the tune because it took it away completely.
Really?
How much was it actually lagging?
So,
like right after you go into switch
it would just hang there, and then I'd have to do throttle with my clutch.
It's almost like rev matching upshifting.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So now, and that was another aspect of how I had to kind of relearn how to, be smoother with in between gears.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden it just drops, which it makes it more user friendly as well. So
Yeah.
from a daily driving aspect, you can drive it smoother. You can go from a stop smoother. You just have to be aware that when you instantly put this tune up,
Yeah.
it's gonna feel different. So it's
Yeah.
gonna be a little adjustment. But
Interesting.
daily drivability's been great. I haven't noticed any difference in MPG. I haven't noticed any bad information from the Accessport. I will say, I told you guys when I first got there that there are 2 tunes for octane, 91 and 93. I started with the more conservative despite putting 93 in and got no knock issues. I'm getting the ones that everybody says they usually get, well, when I bumped up to the 93 map, so that's just food for thought. The power gains were negligible between them. So
Yeah.
if you just want to be on the safe side, go ahead and do the 91 tune on 93.
But run
octane.
93, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. But other than that, I mean,
Yeah.
biggest
I think we can go that way.
biggest takeaways from this tune is it truly does make the car how it should without making anything incredibly different.
So pretty good, conservative, safe setup, inexpensive, easy to do, and just it makes the car like, this is nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just having the intake noise, if you're a true fan of cars like this,
Yeah,
any of the added drama is just helps make the experience better, even though there's not much from the intake.
Yeah.
You can honestly just do the Accessport and get the same
Yeah.
performance.
I will say from my experience with the Supra, the intake above like 5,000 RPM actually kept 30 more horsepower there from the stock one.
Yeah.
So it probably does help the top end actually stay more flat.
Yeah.
Stock intake could drop it just a little bit.
I'm in love.
Nice.
Very smooth. But yeah, pretty cool.
Wrap it up.
You're gonna have to come on a mountain cruise soon. And
Yes.
really see
I
how-
can't wait with new tires.
How much
and
different it performs.
more usable power.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad we can share with everybody the one thing that I just found as an actual consumer of this product.
Yeah.
There's just not enough information out there about what you get, and you get a much more
crazy.
usable, driver-friendly car without making anything great. You're not going to be wowed by
Yeah.
a huge power difference, but you're going to say, oh,
Yeah.
this is how the car is more than capable of driving. Why did Subaru not do this
Yeah,
off
yeah.
the line?
Yeah.
Nice.
You have anything else coming up for this car?
Eventually we'll start.
Yeah.
We'll keep working our way up the stages because as long as you're just willing to try and not
Yeah.
live in fear of blowing it up,
Yeah.
this car has a lot more capabilities if you do it right.
Yeah.
But that'll be
Well,
down
we
the
can't
road.
wait to see that. Yeah. We'll follow the build. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next video.